All right, so we got Greffs, the Greff brothers, and Tom Duda, who made monster movies. They shot them on 8mm film when they were kids in the 70s. And after being out of touch for a period of 24 years, they met again in 2000. And a year later, they made a short comedy video, which called Juan Becomes an Idiot, which was only roughly edited, never released.
Right.
I think for some reason that's a blessing.
Yes. I agree.
And their collaboration between Greff and Duda decided to make a feature-length film and chose Tom Duda's idea about a drunk zombie, which they got. Did you guys have to really get drunk in this film? Or were you drunk about when you thought to make it?
Tom actually was drinking a little bit during the last scene. Well, you could see him on camera. I mean, he was drinking beer, but he wasn't, he wasn't trashed.
Yeah.
No.
So where are you from? Let's hear a little bit about your background here.
I'm from Cliffside Park.
Which is where?
It's in New Jersey.
Yeah,
let's
we're on a
Bergen County.
national show
It's in
here.
Bergen County.
There's a lot of cul-de-sacs,
Right next to the George Washington Bridge. It's
Okay,
one
got it.
town south of Fort Lee.
So you're near Martin Cadillac, where I got my car. Nice
Yes.
plug. Nice plug.
They still talk about that.
I
Yeah,
know.
Martin Cattle. They're good guys.
They are good guys.
They offered me a good deal.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, we had the sales manager on the show one night here.
Yeah.
With his nephew, who is a filmmaker.
Well, I met the owner.
I heard it.
I met the owner at the Golden Gloves last week.
Tim Martin.
Not Tim Martin, the next guy under Tim Martin.
Oh.
Italian guy.
Oh, you met the guy who's running the finances there.
What's his name?
Takes an Italian guy.
Yeah.
It's funny you should mention that because we need a new Cadillac for the next feature we're working on.
Well,
so.
there you go. Go to Cliffside. What is it? What's it called again? Palace Pacific. Oh my God. What's the name of that town where it's located?
Palisades Park?
Yeah. No, up the road a little bit from Englewood Cliffs. Yeah, Thank you. All right, so that's how could I forget? I'm the guy. I'm their announcer.
Is that where Martin Cadillac is in Englewood Cliffs?
Yeah. All right,
that's where the Boy Scout camp is. I used to go to Alpine Boy Scout camp when I was a kid. There.
That was a long trip back in those days because you were a little kid.
We used to walk over the George Washington Bridge into Alpine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hike.
Wow.
It was called a hike, 20-mile hike.
You ever lose a kid?
No. No, we never lost anybody.
Yeah, my mother would have sent me on that if they thought there was a chance.
Getting rid of you.
Yeah, I know that. So, Tom, you're from New Jersey.
Yes, unfortunately.
Did you become a movie star yet?
No, not yet, but I'm working on it.
Are you the town drunk?
No.
Are you a zombie?
No, not that I know.
Then how
of.
do you qualify for any of this? You don't have any of the qualifications here.
He's good friends with the town drunk.
Yes, he was my inspiration.
Must be the brothers Greff. So are you on the hot list for SAG? I mean, do people not want you around the movie studios or anything? You're not a communist, are you?
No.
I thought that's how you get your SAG card.
That's true. So what'd you do? You made one movie now? You're a big shot.
Yeah. So far, I have a couple others in mind.
You got a one-picture deal.
Yes.
I have to announce that Tom is the soon-to-be drunken dead expatriate guy.
Yes. I'm moving to Turkey.
All right, so we're going to do our show from there. From
really?
Istanbul. Yeah, we got that coming up at the end of this month. Really? That's our next trip.
If he quits eating, he's going to get Istanbulimia.
Oh, man, I didn't need to hear
bumped.
that. Don't do that. Not on the show, because all of them deserve that. The Drunken Dead Guy. Sobriety is for mortals. Now, how do you get a hold of one of these things besides know you guys?
Okay, well, actually, we had a website, but people are afraid to go to websites they don't know, so we got rid of it. Just myspace.com/John Greff, JOHNGREFF, has all the information to order it. And if you want to contact us, just email me at johnGreff@hotmail.com.
Do you think people are afraid to go to websites? Did I hear you say that right?
Yeah, that actually
Why?
happens because they think it could be some. There's so many spammers out there.
Oh,
People
I
are
heard there's a
afraid.
big virus coming out.
Oh, good.
No, that's our next
Yeah.
movie.
No, I forgot the name of the virus.
You made it sound exciting. I thought I was going to have to
No,
see it.
no,
at the
no.
AMC
Somebody emailed me and says, "Don't open it."
Make sure you get your shots.
Yeah. So you go to JoeyReynoldsRadio.com. Is that a
And
bad
you
thing?
get a virus?
No. I mean, you're not going to get anything. You're going to buy my book and my CD.
And what
That's it.
about your
DVD.
no-fat cheesecake?
No, we're not selling that yet, but it's coming out.
The guy wants the recipe, Joey.
Oh, I'll give a guy a recipe. I'll give it to you to give to him. I told you that.
When are you going to make the lemon? I want to buy you limoncello cheesecakes for my cafe.
We're working on it. You know who I'm working on it with. We got Steve Gattulo and
I. Steve, yeah.
So we're putting it together. We're trying to do it right.
Steve's father is the head of the Parkinson's Association.
Exactly.
He's a brilliant guy and great people.
Yeah, so we're going to put the cake out. We're working on it. We're trying to make deals with everybody, trying to get Danny DeVito to sanction it. And we haven't gotten that far. We're still with the FDA approval. You got to get approval from the government for all these ingredients. Did you know
right.
that?
Yeah.
So that you don't go to jail when people sue you.
I know.
Because people are in this day, people want to sue easily. I don't know how you could break a tooth on a cheesecake, but someone will find it.
Well, we'll link my food website to your website because I'm going to be selling sausage and braciole on the internet.
Now, I never had that. I never had your. Now, you weren't laughing at that. Now, this is a serious business here. This food is serious. We're Italians.
That's right, and I got a trademark too. I'm trademarked already.
Now, Lamella does not sell braciole.
No, but once I start, they'll be selling my braciole.
I got to try this because you've been talking about this for a year.
#1 braciole in the world.
Is this from your mother?
Yes. It's actually my Uncle Hawk's recipe.
Yeah, Hawk?
Hawk.
His
real name was Malfano.
Oh, that doesn't sound very Italian to call someone Hawk.
No, my grandfather named his sons after operas.
Really?
Yeah.
So how's Faust?
That's right. My father's name was Mafaldo.
Yeah.
His brother was Malfano, and his younger brother was Edmund. By the time it hit Edmund, my grandmother says, "You're not naming my kids no more."
Well, I'm going to have to go to the Barber of Seville, probably because I've given up on Johnny Depp. No more. What's his name?
I'll give you a haircut.
I loved him in Ed Wood.
Yeah, I did too.
That's we made an intentional Ed Wood movie.
Now, are you guys going to make another film, or is this the end of your
career?
No,
we're in the middle of one right now.
As we're sitting here?
Actually, yeah, there's a second unit work going on.
That's what I thought.
No, but I want to just, if I could, I just wanted to explain the concept between. I mean, we have a joke
concept
name
of what?
Of what we do in these movies.
Can you finish a sentence?
Yes, it's called Cheap Jersey Video our company. Because the whole idea is that we do stuff intentionally cheap for humor effect. It's based on the old Uncle Floyd show, and that's the whole idea.
Uncle Floyd, you stole from him, and you're not giving him any money?
Well, actually, Tom pays for the satellite broadcast, so some of it goes to him. On the Wise Guy show.
Yeah. All right. So you saw Uncle Floyd when you were a kid. You were a little older than your brother, right?
No, actually, I'm the younger one, but
I know that.
Talking to him.
I was going to say thanks for saying that, Joey. But.
Yeah. And so you used to watch Uncle Floyd on television. He was a cult figure on cable television. He was on the air every day with a show that was like Soupy Sales, right?
We watched that every night, 6 o'clock. You had to watch it, and it was some of the funniest stuff that I've ever seen. And I've had the pleasure of meeting Floyd a couple times in person, and
very inventive.
He's an interesting guy. He really is.
Before that, there was Ernie Kovacs. Years ago, he had that kind of a show. It was in black and white, and he did this incredible show with his wife Edie Adams. You ever see that thing?
I know of it, and I've seen a little bit of it, but it was a little bit before.
You had to be a little older for that one.
A little bit before.
And there have been some geniuses and some crazy people. I think Steve Allen was one of them. And that thing on the street that Jay Leno does is a Steve Allen bit,
Right.
So, everything comes from somebody who was there first, because they thought of these things a long time ago. Floyd was pretty much like Soupy Sales, I think.
Oh, I agree.
We had a show one day at the bitter end, and we also moved it to Atlantic City, where all of us did a one-nighter, and it was Uncle Floyd and Soupy together, and they're very different in stand-up, doing comedy. And it was still funny, and Mickey Freeman was there, it was on Dogo.
Didn't you guys also do one with Larry Storch too?
Yeah.
Because he's another one. I met him at one of the Chiller conventions, and he was an interesting guy. I love F Troop, one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, and he's got a particularly funny piece that he does, which we won't talk about on the air.
Okay.
But he's got a great routine, and these are classic comics. We were talking earlier about Jackie Mason and Pat Cooper. Both of them have personalities, and that's what makes them funny. It's their personality. It's not necessarily what they say. It's not the writers. It's the way they deliver it. And we don't have we don't have people like that too much anymore. Most people are doing material rather than
developing a character.
Yeah. I mean, even Bill Cosby.